Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Trainz Railroad Simulator, Trainz with a Z. And today we're going to be taking a quick look at a recent freeware release from Jointed Rail. Actually, not the first time we've looked at this model, or not the first time that we've looked at this locomotive, I guess. I don't know that it's the same model from the same developer. I would assume so. I can't imagine somebody would go through the trouble of scratch building this again after there was already a pretty outstanding model existing. But we're going to be taking a look at the GE 45-ton switcher from now Jointed Rail. To my knowledge, this is the same model. It looks like the same model anyway, but the 45-ton switcher was done by Blue Mountain Works. New England Mountain Works, somebody like that. A now defunct group. I believe the webpage is still existing. They have a little scenic railroad that's available, but they used to have a 45-ton switcher, and it was done up for the Eagle River, the RF&P, and their little excursion route, and a generic variant. I remember, if I remember right. And unfortunately, the model was taken down from the website, and the model in game became broken, and the developer for it just kind of went poof, which I personally thought was a massive shame, because this model is outstanding for anybody like me that likes to do the little short lines and the short scenic routes and the little heritage operations and such, because these locomotives are kind of the backbone of that today. These little tonner series, you'll see these all across museums across the United States today, and typically they're operational. They may look worse for wear, but oftentimes they're all they've got. But these locomotives were built between 1940 and 1956 as switchers, really. Granted, you'll see these doing just about anything and everything today. They were built to pull about 20 loaded freight cars on level track. Chances are it's not something you'll see oftentimes today. They were originally intended as switcher locomotives, but sometimes served mainline duties. Most have a speed limit of 20 miles an hour due to double reduction gearing of their traction motors. Obviously, it'll be short line, mainline operations where speeds are pretty low, but they have twin engines, one on either end. And what makes them a little bit different is the side rods. Makes them fun to watch in operation. But there's a ton of these little locomotives out there. Most of them have been pushed to museum services and preservation now, because obviously they're old. But it's still very easy to find one still up and running. Matter of fact, I rode behind one in San Antonio. The San Antonio Railroad Museum operates one of these for their little excursions. Now the base model, again, looks awesome. It's nothing fancy. Again, it is just a little industrial switcher. I mean, they're not meant to have a whole lot going on with them. But overall, it looks awesome, for lack of a better term. I mean, these exhausts look phenomenal. With the little, with the rain flappers. Single chime air horn facing either direction. Externally, that's a great looking locomotive. Internally, kind of falls flat, but this is kind of the expectation with Trainz. It's pretty rare that Trainz has a great interior. And yeah, that's about it. There's the horn. Horn's alright. It's got a little bit of a noticeable loop in it. You can kind of hear the cracking and popping. There's the bell. Sounds like a newer bell from a newer locomotive. Personal experience up close to one of these, the bell is slower, it's got a deeper tone, but it's Trainz. Sounds are easy to swap around. And then these have twin Cummins diesel engines, so it's gonna have a nice deep guttural sound. We are on the Haven Beach Scenic Railroad. Unfortunately, I do not believe that this route is available anymore, but this is one of my all-time favorites for showcasing these little smaller locomotives. Here we are, cruising along at 20 miles an hour. Pretty short train. We'll top it off just for giggles and squiggles. See what it'll end up at. Run the engines up. Oh, 31 miles an hour. And still picking up speed. So obviously the model in-game will oogie and boogie a little bit quicker than it's ever meant to. This is a route I really need to revisit for modification. 40 mile an hour, yeah. So the speed in game is obviously not regulated to what the prototype would probably do. This would be a pretty good place to stop since, you know, we've got the full sun. in a nice broadside. And there it is. Pretty solid looking little locomotive. Again, a short video. It's not a whole ton going on with it. It doesn't really have any options or anything to play with. It's just kind of a fun little model. Again, it is freeware on Jointed Rail, as long as you have a login for their website. I highly recommend checking it out, especially if it likes to disappear again. Though I kind of doubt it. Jointed Rail is pretty good about not removing older content. But yeah, definitely go check it out if you like your short lines or just a nice little industrial switcher for various operations. I highly recommend it. Switchers as a whole already don't get very much attention or love, so it's nice to see a nicely built model for a switcher. But that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will see you next time.